Oh, and we're live. Bonjour, dickheads. Welcome to another episode of the show. It's the 27th of May, 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another show. Welcome to another Paul Taylor's Happy Hour Live. Happy Hour? I'm not fucking happy. I'm angry. I'm always fucking angry. Oh, welcome everyone. Welcome to the people who are regulars on the show and who show up on the YouTube chat before the live. Thanks for being here. And hello to all the new people who might be watching this for the very first time. Specifically, I think we might have some new people today because it's a very special show, which I teased on social media because during the show, I'll be speaking to my friends Luke Thompson and Amber Minogue. I'll introduce them in a little bit, but before I get to them, for those of you who are new, the concept of this show, very simple. I drink a beer for an hour and interact with you guys live on YouTube and see what's up, see what's happening. Today's beer is yesterday's reject. You didn't vote for this beer yesterday. It's Espiga Doble IPA from Spain. Muy bien. Cerveza artesana hambre. That's Catalan. I can't read Catalan now. So I guess it's from Barcelona. Barcelona. Yes, it's from Barcelona. A beer from Barcelona. Hello. Welcome to the show. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing better than me because I'm fucking angry. I'm angry. I'm tired. I didn't sleep much because of the whole situation that happened with yesterday's live episode. I do this show every weekday at 6 p.m. And yesterday was a particularly interesting episode where I tried to FaceTime my brother because it was his birthday and he's a footballer and I tried to show some football clips online. YouTube deleted my video. I showed my phone number on the screen by accident, so I tried to blur. Long story short, the video doesn't exist and I'm not going to talk about it anymore on the show today because I've already talked about it on the podcast of this show. Because I do the podcast. This show is also an audio podcast that you can listen to. And you can hear all about the story listening to this podcast after the live. So if you want to know more about what was happening after yesterday's show, go listen to the podcast. Available on all normal podcasting apps, except Google Podcasts, because it's not been approved yet. Probably because I say fuck too much. Or if you don't have a podcasting app, go to the website, paultaylorcomedy.com/podcast. Right. So, people were loving yesterday, apparently. Emily License, hello, you're back with a new profile picture. Yesterday it was Brill. I don't know if it was Brill or not. You loved it. I hated it. Jess Voisin says, yeah, it was great. S. Dot, what happened yesterday? Listen to the podcast after this show, and you'll find out why. It was horrific. Hey, by the way, cheers. I didn't even cheers anyone. Santé, à la vôtre, Prost. Oh, that's a good beer. Espiga, cerveza, espiga. Muy bien, perfecto. Good work. Nice work, Barcelona. That's a better tasting beer than yesterday's beer that you voted for. So you guys are idiots. Right, what's happening? How are we today? People are saying that UEFA are bastards. Yeah, I agree. It's just the way it is. So yesterday's video doesn't exist, but you can listen to the whole show on the podcast because the podcast is available. Now, I was on the YouTube chat before the live, and I saw that apparently the people have created a bingo for me. A bingo, Paul Taylor bingo. Basically, you can download a sheet of bingo. And if I say or something happens, you type out you say, yes, this has happened. And at the end, maybe we have a bingo show where all of the bad things happened. Let me show you what that looks like. It was created by Hannah Lemp. Hannah Lemp. I love how Sand Lab says, why do you ask if you don't listen? Because I'm like, how are you guys? And then I go off on my own rant. So Hannah Lemp is somewhere in the comments here. But I can't find her right now. But let me show you the bingo card that she created for the show that you can play along if you download it. The link is in the description of this video. If you're on YouTube, then go to the description and you can see the bingo card. Let me share the screen here. So this is the bingo card. Paul Taylor's Happy Hour bingo drinking game. All right, it's a drinking game. Basically, here's what happens. If Paul swears, Louise cries. Okay, those two always happen in every episode. It's already happened, the me swearing. Paul asks his wife for a word or a translation. Happens all the time. Bully, my cat, makes an appearance. He's over on the sofa right now. Paul's Wi-Fi fucks up. Paul spills a beer. For the last 2 episodes in a row, I've managed to spill my beer all over my table, so that works. Paul says something with a Quebec accent, or an accent québécois. Paul doesn't like his beer. Paul doesn't understand a joke. Paul says, pow! Paul's Wi-Fi fucks up again. Paul says, dickhead. Paul says, a joke is shit. If you share a joke with me and it's shit, I will say it's shit. We have to remind Paul about a jingle. That happens a lot. Paul asks whether he is live. The beginning of every episode is like, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. We might be live. Hello. Someone mentions Canterbury. Rolly, my Quebec friend, says, Colliers de marde. Paul plays the wrong jingle. Paul sends someone sends a dirty joke or expression. Rolly goes on a hilarious rant. Paul calls one of his family members. Paul struggles with technology every fucking episode. Someone says, tabarnak. Paul imitates his mum, and Paul forgets a word in English. So those are fun. They're amazing. I laughed so hard when I saw that earlier on. I was like, I have to share that with you guys. So that is the bingo that you can download. Thank you, Hannah Lemp. There she is on the comments. Hannah Lemp. Thank you so much. That was created. It's pretty fun. Right. So today's episode, a very special episode. Amber and Luke are on the show. So Amber and Luke. Luke, if you've been on the show before, Luke you've met before. Luke is a comedian, English teacher, and we always hang out and work. He's the host of his own podcast called Luke's English Podcast. And he has invited myself and Amber, who you haven't met yet, but you'll meet in a second. And we are always on his podcast, and we do a thing called the Lying Game between the three of us. I will explain all the rules in a second. It's basically a fun game that we're going to play on the show today called the Lying Game with Amber and Luke. By the way, let me know if you know either of these or you listen to Luke's English Podcast. Any Lepsters in the comments today, let me know right now while we're waiting for that. Katsuya says, I love them. Great, cool. I'm glad you do. I love them as well. That's why they're on the show today. It's going to be fun. Christian Benitez says, Amber and Luke are on the show. Yeah! I don't have a jingle for Amber and Luke. If you listen to Luke's English Podcast with me and Amber on it, there is a jingle for us being specifically on there. Mariette Aber says, ils sont inconnus pour moi. Super, bah tu vas les connaître et tu vas beaucoup apprécier. What is going on? Axel Barron says, Luke is the best. Well, he's not the best. I'm the best, and then Luke's the second best. But Amber's better than both of us. Melinda Nagy says, I can't wait seeing Amber and Luke. You can't wait to see. Let's get them on right now. We've had some technical difficulties getting the show ready. Oh, what a surprise! And so we were initially going to do it on Skype, so I can divide the screen into 3 parts, and you can see us kind of large. We couldn't do that, so we set up a Zoom situation. So Zoom is what the cool kids use. Basically, Amber didn't have a Skype account, so we had to use Zoom. So what I have to do is Vic1 says Technical Taylor is back again. Yes, he is. Right. So let me Luke sent the Zoom meeting. Let me get on that. Please hold while I join the Zoom. There's the Zoom. There we go. That looks pretty good. Hold on. Let me get the screen sharing activated on this. Let's see if this works or not. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? 3, 2. My computer's gonna. Louise is in the house. Before we join Luke and Amber, Louise is talking crap again. Oh, are you hungry? Are you tired? Have you shit yourself? What's wrong? It's funny, every time I play that jingle, my baby is next to me. She hears herself and she's like, huh? She finds it weird. I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand. Anyway, Louise is back. If you're new to the show, when Louise interrupts, you got to drink your alcohol. Also, just before we get Luke and Amber on the show, I've just seen a couple of super chats come through supporting the channel. So thank you, Tyler Haas. I just want, because this is going to, the game that we're going to play is going to take a long time, and I don't want to forget you. So Tyler, thank you for your $5 for a spill-resistant beer mug. I'm not going to buy one because it's more fun, apparently, for you guys if I spill my beer everywhere. Thank you for supporting the show, Tyler. I really appreciate it. And Yak1066, thank you for your 5 Swiss francs. Des sous parce que j'ai raté ton apéro hier soir. Ah, bah merci beaucoup d'avoir partagé cet argent avec moi. Mais hier, c'était incroyable. Incroyablement nul parce qu'on ne peut plus regarder le show. Donc, merci pour l'argent. It goes to supporting the channel. You can do that throughout the show. If you're watching this, you can go to the super chat icon in your comments on YouTube. There's a little $sign where you can send money towards the show, towards this channel, to help me keep doing this every day at 6 p.m. And if you're not on YouTube, or you're watching this after the live, if it doesn't get demonetized and taken off by YouTube, but if you're listening to the podcast as well, you can go to a website called coffee.com/Paul Taylor. That's ko-fi.com/Paul Taylor. And the concept of that website is that you can buy your favorite creators a coffee on coffee.com. In my case, it's a beer. You're buying me a virtual beer, and the money that I take goes towards making the show better for you guys, buying new microphones that don't work, buying new everything that doesn't work, and subscribing to weird things that allow me to stream online. So thank you very much for those of you who are supporting the show. French lady in red for your 10 euros. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much. Right. Enough of me talking shit. Let's get Amber and Luke on the show. They're waiting patiently in the background. Let me get the zoom up and let me... I've lost the window. Here we go. Sharing the screen in 3, 2, 1. Pow! There they are. It's Amber and Luke.
Hello,
I don't
there.
know if... Oh, we can hear Luke. I can hear Luke.
Me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Amber and Luke are in the house, and I think everyone can hear you.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. Testes.
Let's just see. Oh, I forgot the show me the money jingle for the people supporting the show. Hold on. Let me just play the jingle. Oh, here we go. Thank you for supporting the show. And here is the jingle. Show me the money. Thanks very much for supporting the channel. You can click that one off on your bingo cards. I forgot the thing. Okay, so everyone says they can hear you. That's great. Amazing. Right. So let me just do a quick round of introductions for those of you who don't know, who didn't see Luke at the beginning and who have yet to meet Amber on the live. So Luke Thompson, the English Jedi Master, host of Luke's English podcast, which is a great podcast for learning English that both me and Amber have been on. Stand-up comedian, English teacher, legend.
Thank you very much. And what do I speak now?
Well, I don't know if you had anything else to add.
I can't add anything else to that. That's a fantastic introduction. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Nice to be back.
Good stuff. And then Amber Minogue, our other comedian friend, Amber Minogue, British comedian, also does a podcast of her own called Panam. It's a history of Paris. Check it out. Amber Minogue, not related to Kylie Minogue, but spelt the same. Wait, doesn't Kylie have another sibling as well?
Danny.
That's famous. Danny Minogue. Yeah, that's the one. Danny Minogue. Not related to any of those, but spelt the same. Amber Minogue. Pas écrit Ambre avec R-E, c'est E-R à la fin. Amber. And stand-up comedian, podcast host, and clearly new mother with the baby in your hands.
That's right. Yeah, she only wants to be in my arms all day. I tried to give her away, but nope.
Yeah, it's the same with Louise. She completely loses her shit all the time if she's not in our arms. Amada Pitaluga says, "What a cute sleepy baby."
But she's cute when she's sleepy. You don't want to see her awake.
Also, I do have to say that Amber is a voiceover artist as well. She does a lot of voiceovers because she has the best English accent anyone has ever had.
She's got the loveliest voice in the world, which is like whenever these two, I don't know which direction they are. Amber's here and Paul's up there, I think. Whenever they're on my podcast, there are basically two reactions that we get from the audience. One reaction is that Amber's got a lovely voice. Oh, I love Amber's voice. I've fallen in love with Amber's voice. All this sort of thing. And then Paul, the thing about Paul is that he's got a funny laugh, an infectious laugh, and he doesn't know English, actually. Doesn't like when we play word games and things like that, he never knows his own language. And I think that's it, basically, isn't it? I've just summed up both of you.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, to go with Lauren Lanham, who's a regular commenter on the show, says, "Oh, Amber has such a soothing voice. I could listen to that for meditation."
Immediately, straight away, as soon as she spoke, it's like, bang! Amber's got a lovely voice. It has to be said.
Well, it's my bread and butter.
It's your bread and butter. Look at that. That's a good. No one's ever mentioned that expression before on this show. My bread and mon pain et mon beurre. Quoi? It's just what we mean when we talk about earning money. De quoi? Sa boîte secrète? Non, ça veut dire que c'est son gagne-pain. Which actually makes sense. It's because French people don't put butter on bread, so it's just gagne-pain.
Madness. Actually, French bread is so good, you don't need to improve it with butter, do you?
No, this is true. Right, so here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Today, if you've listened to Luke's English podcast before, when me and Amber have been on the show, we do a thing called the lying game, which is a very fun game where we tell each other truths or lies, and we're going to do that on the show. The difference with this episode is that you guys are going to be interacting with us live, because it's live, whereas Luke's podcast, it's not live. So you can't participate in the thing. So I don't know if it's going to be better or worse, because I realize this, guys, people can be on the internet checking stuff out while we're telling our stories. And so they can probably fact check certain things depending on what the story is, which could be a problem. I thought about that. I was like, I've got to come up with a more convincing story now if it's going to be a lie.
Well, you mean they can research us? They can research our personal history?
Yeah, not our personal history, but let's say you've got a thing where, I don't know, you, let's say...
I invented the radio.
Yeah, or let's say that I'm talking about, I say, my little brother is a professional footballer. Then people can check that out straight away without, asking the question. Anyway, we'll see how the interaction goes. If you're wondering what the lying game is, I'm going to let Luke explain it because he explains it better than anyone else, since it's the game that we play on his podcast. So, Luke, take it away.
Have you got 15 minutes? I'll try. I'll give you the 2 minute, the quick version. 2 minutes less. So basically, the lying game. If you've seen that TV show, Would I Lie to You? It's very much like that, but this is not a copy comic situation. I didn't copy it from that. In fact, I've been using this. It's a staple of the English language classroom, and I've been using it in class for years. Anyway, basically, what happens is someone has to tell a little story. So you say something that you've done, or maybe haven't done. You can say something about your life, and you can choose either to lie or tell the truth. Okay, and the other players have to work out if it's true or if it's a lie, and they do that by asking lots and lots of questions. They investigate like a detective, like Columbo. There's always one more question and lots of questions, and the story emerges, and then we decide whether it's true or whether we think it's a lie, and that's it. And if you get it right, the point system is always far too complicated than it should be. If you guess correctly, you get a point. If you guess incorrectly, you lose a point, and the storyteller steals your point. So that's it.
Exactly. So that's it, basically. We start off with one phrase, and it's either true or false, and then it's up to the other two people to determine whether it's true or false by asking questions, and then at the end, we give our verdict if it's true or false, and then we get points, basically, which is great. Now, because we're on a tight schedule, and this is Paul Taylor's happy hour, and not Luke's English podcast, 95 minutes of introduction, and then 95 minutes of playing the game, I'm going to set a timer for the questions that we can ask each other Also, as the audience, you can ask us questions. When the other two, Luke and Amber, are sharing their stories, I will be looking at the questions that you want to ask, and I will be bringing them up on the screen. And when I'm telling my story, I don't know if Amber, you've got the chat up. Do you have the Okay, so you can do the auditing of the questions that people want to ask me while I'm telling the story.
Okay.
Amber's going to do that. The auditing. Good.
I mean, you both can. If you're both looking at the chat, you both can, and you can go, Oliver has a great question, or Laure Pignard has a good question, and I'll try and put it up on the screen anyway.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Who wants to go first?
You choose.
I'll go first.
All right, Luke Thompson is going first. Let's have it. So what's your...
What? So you have to say, Luke, tell us a thing that happened to you.
All right, Luke, tell us a thing that happened to you.
So here's my story, okay? Is it true or is it a lie? So I once bought a piece of cheese that was as big as my head.
Okay, I once bought a piece of cheese that was bigger than my head.
No, it was as big as...
It was as big as your head, okay?
About roughly the same size as my head. So
now,
yeah, a large piece of cheese.
So I'm just gonna set the timer here. Hold on, let me how do I change the
Fred
site?
is already like, it's a lie.
Huh?
Fred R is like, it's a lie.
Fred R, it's a lie. Well,
convinced immediately.
Right, hold on.
Don't need to ask any more questions.
Right, right, hold on. Let me get the timer up. Right, 5 minutes, counting now. Okay, Amber, go. What questions do we have?
Well, my question is the same as Lauren's. Where did you buy it from?
I bought it in a supermarket in France, in Normandy, but in Brittany, near Saint-Malo. Supermarket just outside Saint-Malo, which is in Brittany, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've made that mistake before. I said it was in Normandy, and I nearly got murdered by someone.
Well, that's similar to Nantes. There's a whole controversy about Nantes and where that is. Anyway, we don't have time for geography. You bought it in Saint-Malo,
yes.
Okay?
Yes, supermarket in Saint-Malo.
What kind of cheese was it?
Yeah, what kind of cheese was it?
Now, here's the crucial point. This is the pivotal point of this story. It was an English cheddar. It was not just any English cheddar. It was a Wookey Hole cave-aged cheddar. That's a cheddar that's been put in a cave in the ground in England. The cave is called Wookey Hole. Nothing to do with Chewbacca.
No, I was going to say, is it guarded by Chewbacca? Is he the one?
It's got a Chewbacca sort of vibe to it. The cave, I think, sort of a musty, funky sort of place.
That alarm is not the timer. That's my wife's phone alarm that's going off.
10-year cave-aged Wookey Hole cheddar. A huge piece of it from a French supermarket.
Oh, look at this. Look, Mariana Matias says, remember, Luke often tells the truth. Ha ha ha. This is correct. He often tells true stories. I don't think Luke's ever lied in this game.
I have. I once said that I broke a wall in a Japanese friend's apartment.
Yeah, that's true.
I broke a wall down, which wasn't true.
All right, here's a good question. Sorry, go on, Amber.
I was going to ask what Gibbo was going to ask. How much was that cheese?
How much did it cost?
Actually, honestly, I don't remember the cost. The cost was out. I didn't care. It's like I have to buy this no matter what the cost. So I don't remember. It didn't leave any kind of imprint on me at all. The cost. All I remember is seeing it, buying it, eating it.
Okay.
Yeah, but cheddar's expensive.
It was probably quite expensive, but it was one of those situations where I was walking through the supermarket. I was on holiday there with my wife and a couple of our friends, and I was with our friend Richard, and he's sort of an Anglophile, speaks good English, lived in England for a while. We saw this presentation, which was a massive pile of these huge boxes of English cheddar, not just like shit English cheddar, like good cave-aged English cheddar, a huge presentation pile of it. People were just walking past it and stuff as if it didn't exist. And I was like, can you actually confirm that I'm seeing this? This is a huge pile of massive boxes of cheddar. We have to buy one. And we did. And yes, okay.
Okay. So we've got some people, Life on Low Batteries straight out says, oh, this is total bullshit. Lauren Lanham says French and cheddar.
Of course it's bullshit.
Although Mylène says there's tons of British food in Saint-Malo because of the boat. So she's going with true.
I like telling this story here because French people are like, Is that possible that you could buy boxes of English cheddar in a French supermarket? Nah, bullshit. So
a good
maybe it's not possible.
a good question, Luke. Why did you buy an English cheddar in France? English cheese in France? It seems suspicious.
Well, the thing is that, of course, you would assume that all English cheese is terrible because naturally we assume all English food is awful, certainly compared to the French. And if you've got a choice between French cheese and English cheese, you'd obviously go for French cheese. But in this case, Wookiee Whole Cheddar is known for being an excellent cheese, and this was an opportunity that couldn't be missed. And actually, cheddar is one of my favorite cheeses. I love French cheese. I love Comté. But a good English cheddar is not to be sniffed at.
All right, Amber, we've got 50 seconds left. Questions?
What was it wrapped in?
It was wrapped in a muslin. It was wrapped in muslin, which is a sort of how would you describe muslin, Amber? What's that?
Muslin with an N at the end, not an M. Not Muslim.
Wrapped in a Muslim.
It wasn't wrapped.
Oi, Abdul, come here. No, it was muslin, a kind of fabric. It was wrapped in a fabric. They wrap it in this fabric. They put it in a cave for 10 years. Right, and then it grows mold all over it, and then you take it home. You unwrap the cheese. You peel off the moldy muslin. That's muslin with an N, and then revealed is the beautiful cheese, and it's got a sharp, mature flavor. It's incredible.
Oh,
it's a cloth. Right.
Okay. We have 4 seconds left. That's it. All right, time's up. Time is up on that one. Right. What do you guys think? True, false? A lot of people are saying it's true. A lot of people are saying it's false.
They're divided.
What your thoughts, Amber?
Well, cheddar is the best cheese. The only thing,
yes.
The only thing that makes me think it's not true is the price. A piece of cheese as big as Luke's head would cost a pretty penny. You'd remember that.
All I remember is consuming it. As I said, seeing it, buying it, eating it. That's all I remember. The price was just hors de question.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I would. My initial reaction, even before we even started, you were like, I bought a cheese the size of my head. I'm like, well, yeah, that's not anything special. Like you go to any cheese shop in France, you can get that straight away, no problems.
My head's not special.
No. I mean, you wouldn't. People don't. But if you like, I've been to a French house party where the theme has been like cheese and charcuterie. And so there was like blocks of cheese the size of people's heads because there was like 30 people in the house. So they needed a big block of cheese. So it doesn't sound too outrageous. So here's my theory. It's either true or it's false. You didn't buy it, but you saw it in the shop and you thought, oh, that's fun and whatever. And you walked past. They're the two options for me. I'm going to say,
yes.
I'm going to say true. Amber?
I mean, I know we should play tactically.
No, you shouldn't. That never works.
The thing is, we did make a big hoo-ha that Luke always tells the truth. So I'm tempted to think that he's trying to lie to us. I think he's trying to lie. So for that reason, even though I probably think it's true because Luke never lies, I'm going to say it's false.
Okay, Luke Thompson. Is it true or false?
So the story of me buying this cheese in a French supermarket is a true story, completely true, yes! 100% true. And actually, I do have a photo somewhere of me with the cheese.
Oh, get it. People are asking, do you have photographic evidence?
Hold on a minute. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I do have photographic evidence. Bear with me, people.
Yeah, that's all right. Let me get the scores on the screen. So we've got Luke, who has got 1 point because Amber got that wrong, which means, oh crap, hold on, wrong thing. Hold on. How do I get this? Let me get this on. Luke, right, bang. How do I? Right, Amber. Amber is well. I've got 1 point because I got that one right, and then Amber, unfortunately, right now you're on 0 points.
Nul point.
Nul point. Let me reduce the size of that so it doesn't take up the whole screen. Let me put that and click save and have that over here. Pow, there we go. So we've got Luke on 1 point, Paul on 1 point, Amber on 0 points. Luke, have you got the photo or not yet? You can bring it up later.
I'm getting there. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. I found it.
Go on, share the screen.
For all you non-believers out there. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just try and share my screen. Okay, share screen.
You're like me.
Can you see that?
Oh, look at the state of that.
Look at that. That is it. That's it. Covered in the muslin. See, Wookie hole, cave age cheddar.
Hold on. I think you've bugged. Oh no, it's all right. I've got it. You're back up.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Can you see it? This is me unwrapping it. The muslin. There it is. The wonderful, beautiful contents of the wrapping, and that's me. See, it did happen.
I like how you've got this already prepared on a website that you must have used for your teaching.
I've told this. I have told this story before. I've told it once before with a group of students, and I was very entertained by the fact that they just couldn't believe that you could buy a cheddar like that in a French supermarket. They're like, "This is just impossible."
It looks.
And so
Louise doesn't believe it.
There you go.
Yeah,
True story.
People are saying, Naiva Guerre says, that looks incredibly nasty. It looks more like pate than cheese.
Are you kidding? It was freaking delicious. Okay? It was amazing. It's got sharp, sort of deep, anyway, it was really good.
Ryan the Burger says, can we point out the state of Luke's search bar?
What's the state of my search bar?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think you just had like 25 tabs or different things going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a busy. Luke's a busy man.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of interneting.
Right. Good stuff. Well, thanks, Luke. That was a cool story.
Wait, how many points did I get?
You got 1 point.
I got 1 point from.
You got 1 point from Amber because she got it wrong, and I got it right, so I get 1 point.
Okay, so Amber's got 0, Paul's got 1, I've got 1.
Are you on the screen? I don't know if you're. I've put it up on the screen.
Am I on the screen?
The scores are on the screen.
Are they on the screen? I didn't see that. Yeah. Okay, good.
It's because you were too busy with all your different tabs that were open on your.
Too much internet.
All right, Amber, you want to go?
Okay, then. I am saving my family from COVID-19 with breast milk smoothies.
True.
Breast milk
smoothies. Why?
Your whole family?
My whole family.
We should just add here that there's her little baby there. There's another child who is 5. Is that right? 6? 6 now. And there's the Pac-Man.
The Pac-Man.
As well. not husband. Pac-Z or Pac.
Oh, Pac-Man. Okay, because you're Pac.
That's a family of 4 breast milk smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Let's put the 5 minutes on the countdown clock and let's go. Luke, questions. Go.
So Vic1 in the chat is asking the crucial question: what is the recipe?
Great question. I like to mix it up with some frozen fruit. So like some juice. You can choose. My son likes a raspberry smoothie. You know, we've also got mango, pineapple. It's whatever you want, really.
Okay. Paul?
Oh God, there's so many questions. I don't even know which one to start with. Okay, so they're the recipes. I want to know what brand of milk pump do you have?
A Vena? It's just one of those handheld ones.
Oh, it's a handheld one. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're able to extract enough milk with the handheld. Show me the muscles on your hand.
Paul, I missed. It's not my muscles you should be looking at, dear, in my hands.
Muscles in her tits.
I missed my calling as a wet nurse. I'm telling you, I have got milk for days.
Milk for days. Valerin says breast milk is very good for the immune system. Lol. It is, which is why I'm kind of leaning for a true story. Tyler Haas says, how much milk per smoothie?
That's a great question. It depends how much I've frozen, because I've got like a freezer. I've got all these bags, so I've been freezing it. And some of the bags are fuller than others. So whatever that particular bag has, I'll pop it all in, more or less.
Okay. And do you supplement the breast milk with other milk to make a bigger?
Sometimes. Normally I put in a bit of yogurt, a bit of orange juice, or a different juice. That's what I do. It's not the only liquid.
Mariana says, I can't handle this right now. I'm drinking a berry smoothie right now. Luke, what else?
So is the entire family consuming these smoothies?
Well, I'm not, because I figure that I'm making it, so I'm already getting it.
Yeah, you'd probably get some kind of weird mad cow's disease if you drank your own breast milk, wouldn't you?
Yeah, like a cannibal.
Yeah.
My daughter is not having the smoothie; she's getting it straight from the source.
Yeah.
My son is having the smoothie, and he doesn't know he is.
He doesn't know.
Where are we? Yeah, so Navoma has a good question. I didn't even think about this. What's the justification for this?
That is a great question. It's flimsy, I'm not going to lie, but it's more like I'm in the perfect situation. So I read this article about this study they're doing in New York with breast milk, and how women who are breastfeeding were getting better a lot quicker, and they thought there might be something in it. There's like study going on, what's happening in New York, and I kind of thought, if it's not true, there's no harm, and if it is, maybe I'm saving my family.
Maybe,
You know what I mean?
maybe breast milk is going to be the key to fighting against COVID-19. That scientists are going to discover, like, guys, we've worked out the solution to the COVID situation, and unfortunately, it's breast milk. You're all going to have to drink breast milk.
Ryan the Burger says, does it taste significantly different from regular milkshakes or smoothies that you're making?
No, because there's so much other stuff in it. It's more of like a secret boost. You know when you get a smoothie and they put a shot of something in it and you can't really taste it? It's like that. The secret ingredients.
Sophie Pink says...
wait a minute. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry. Is your husband, your Pac-Man, is he drinking it too?
He did have one, but then he found it too gross. And
the idea or the taste?
The idea. And also he's not a dairy person. He likes cheese, but he doesn't like milk anyway. So he finds it he feels like we're crossing a line.
Somebody very serious says, pourquoi pensez-vous que cette boisson a sauvé toute votre famille du Covid? Facts, please.
No.
Really? Is that person taking it on face value?
No, I think it's...
They don't realise.
It's just that it's this study and it could be something in it. And I just have all this extra milk. So I'm like, why not? A shot in a smoothie? Who's being hurt?
Mm.
Yeah, it's a victimless crime if you do consider it to be a crime. Is it a crime? Is it a crime to secretly make an adult drink your own breast milk?
I didn't make secretly make an adult drink my breast milk. I secretly made a child.
Sorry, a child. That's even
right,
worse.
Time is up. We've got to give our verdicts.
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot more to investigate in that story, but a lot more.
I think there is, but we don't have time, unfortunately. People on the chat watching us now, what are your thoughts? True, false? A lot of you are saying true, a lot of you saying false as well. Kind of a split one there. Luke?
I'm going for lie. I think that Amber read the article and she read the article and she was like, and then based on that, she thought maybe I should do that, but she didn't actually do that, I think. It's an interesting idea. Smoothies made the the way you put a shot of something in a smoothie, breast milk. But no, I'm going for BS on this. I think it's a lie.
Well,
yes. Okay.
So I have exactly the same thought as you, because I do know that in Covent Garden in London, before I left, they were serving breast milk ice cream in one of the artisanal ice cream places. So I know it's a thing.
Breast milk ice cream?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
And I think I can totally imagine you reading that article and going, oh yeah, knowing who you are though, you do live in Montreuil though, so that's kind of like hipster vegan breast milk central over there. So, and you do like zero waste stuff, no plastic. Amber, this is a tough one. So you said false, Luke. So if we're playing this tactically,
I did.
If I say false as well, it either means we get 1 point each and Amber then gets 0 if she's wrong, or she gets 2 points and we're stuck on 1 point. So
what should we do? Should we crush Amber, or should we play it safe.
Well, it's either we crush her or she crushes us, or we all get 1 point mostly. But I'm gonna go for true. I'm gonna say true. Right, Amber.
No. Well,
Of course, it's not true, Paul.
I did think about it for a hot second, but do you know the real truth? I'm too lazy to pump.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, there's no way. In my instinct, it was that.
I mean, I could have loads stored away, but it just freely flows around my apartment.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Amber was lying about the breast milk smoothies, but there is an article, I imagine, that you read.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That is true.
So Luke is now on 2 points. I'm on 1 point still, and Amber is now on 1 point as well. Vic1 comments, Paul, don't cry over spilt milk. Great comment, great timing.
Did you get the joke?
Yeah, we've talked about the joke on a couple of occasions. Ne pleurez pas sur du lait. We talked about it yesterday. Somebody said to me as a joke yesterday or the day before, don't cry over spilled beer, because I spilt my beer yesterday and the day before. Right, okay, cool. People are saying, thank God, I'm so relieved. Chloé Liabi is saying, is Luke marking the score with the paper and the pen?
Oh yeah, old school style.
Right, okay, I'm going to share my story, share my point, and we'll get this baby over with. Right, so I guess the phrase, I'll start off with the phrase is, I almost became a professional footballer like my brother Kyle.
Almost became a professional footballer like his brother Kyle.
So that is my starting statement. I will put 5 minutes on the countdown clock starting now. And then you guys can ask your own questions and read people's questions. And I'll try and put them up on the screen as I see them on my computer. Go.
Can I start, Amber?
Hold on, let me start the timer again. I talked through the bit at the beginning of the timer. Let me go again.
Rambling, Paul, rambling.
Go.
Amber, go ahead. Ladies first.
Sorry, Christian wanted the Russian joke. Just get that in there.
Oh, get out of town.
Paul, was it real football, as in running around a field, or are you talking about table football?
Don't they call it baby foot in French? Baby foot.
The baby football. It makes more sense. Well, I mean, I like the term baby foot. No, it was real football.
Okay, my question is, define almost. Could you?
Yeah, so essentially, I was getting to the point where I was pretty good, and I got scouted by a bigger team than my local team. And then due to family reasons and the fact that I had to leave the UK and move to Spain when I was 14, that kind of stopped that path, and it didn't happen in the end. So I didn't actually get to play and get paid. Professional being you get paid to play. It didn't happen. It almost happened.
How old were? Sorry, we're going to go into the chat in a second. But how old were you when you realised that you weren't going to become professional?
It was 14. So 14 and a bit.
Oh, okay.
There's Paul, I hate to say it, but the chat is very negative. You've been described as sportif as a moule. Une moule. I can't remember who said it, but you're as sporty as a muscle?
Yeah, sporty as a sportif comme une moule. Yeah, sporty as a muscle, the muscle that you eat, not the muscle. Yeah, I have lost my ability to do sports because once like that first dream was taken away from me, I was like, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
I mean, yeah, people are not feeling it. They're not feeling it. Was it in a ladies' team, Paul?
No.
One of the chats, Destrain. I can't say that person's name.
I've just got to bring this comment up. It's great. Was this before or after learning to chat bullshit? It's a good burn, right?
Here's a good question here from someone. Anuran Kar Gupta says, which position did you play in?
Goalkeeper. I was trying to find the comment. There you go. Goalkeeper.
Paul, I seem to remember him being quite a chubby lad.
Goalkeeper still works.
Well, also, didn't you present some sort of football show, some sports show, and you were completely lost? You didn't know anything about it.
He died on his arse presenting a football award, and you would have thought that if he was that close to a career in football, that he would have been more mentally, physically, spiritually prepared for that show. But no, he felt completely out of his depth and out of place in a football context.
This is true, yeah. I did do that. However, it was a football context that was French, and two, it was also in 2019 or 2018, many decades or 2 decades after this stopped. So the reason why I felt out of place is because I didn't know any of the current players. I stopped kind of following football when I moved to Spain. I carried on a little bit following the La Liga, but my life moved in a different direction, which is good, I guess, because I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Tell me about. Go on, Amber. Go on. Sorry.
What did they offer you? What was it they offered you?
What was it they offered me, like money wise?
Yeah, what was the sort of setup? Did you have to go to some special football school, or what was?
Yeah, it's basically so it was. I was playing for a local team in Canterbury called the Canterbury Eagles, and basically, the like once a year they had like a big sort of competition where the rest of the Kent clubs would get together and play like a mini tournament, like a mini World Cup, but for kids. And there were scouts there from bigger teams in Kent that were more professional teams. And so the thing was, like, what happens is they come and scout you, and then they kind of offer you a contract. They don't offer you a contract. They offer like your parents a contract when you're that age. It's similar to like you're at that age where you're not old enough to sign contracts yourself, but an agent isn't quite getting involved because you're not quite important yet enough. You're not quite there. So, yeah, it was kind of all run through my parents, and then I ended up moving to Spain when I was 14. So, it didn't work.
Tell me about goalkeeping technique. What do you do when a player is rushing towards you about to score a goal?
When a player is rushing.
I used to be a player is rushing into the penalty box.
He's on his own.
You and him, one-on-one. He's on his own. It's one-on-one. What do you do?
Well, you stand up as much as possible. Like, it's kind of like a bear.
Stand up as much as possible.
Yeah, you keep standing. Like, you don't fall over. You don't dive into his feet straight away, because if you dive into his feet, he can flip it around and do that kind of stuff. So you need to stand up and like a bear. You know when bears attack you, they say you've got to stand up and shout. You've got to do that and be big so that your arms are ready to stop the ball if it comes left or right. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Interesting. I used to be a goalkeeper myself. I never got offered a professional gig for it, but standing up like a bear.
Well, you just you run. You don't fall down straight, and you don't stay in your goal. Because the further you're in the goal, the more chance of they are to score, because you're closing the angle between where they can kick it and you, basically.
Narrow down the angle.
Exactly.
Which I'd imagine would be a phrase that would come to your mind quickly if you'd had many experiences of being a goalkeeper, because people shout it at you, narrow down the angle. You're constantly talking about narrowing down the angles when you're a goalkeeper. So,
yeah.
you didn't have that expression in your mind. So that's interesting.
The time is up. I've just looked at the timer. I didn't see how long we've been going for. I was enjoying the questions.
Well, Fred says the baby's face says it's BS. Obviously, the baby's got involved, and she's like, I think the only reason Paul knows about goal is because he was so terrible at football when he was little. It was the only spot he was allowed to play in. They always put the sort of rubbish kids in goal. Luke, no offense.
How dare you? Well, someone's written.
Rolly, it doesn't matter. Time is up. We got to go. I've still got to get Rolly on the show, but in the next 10 minutes. He did have a question, apparently, though. I don't know where it is. Rolly said, "As-tu déjà reçu le ballon dans les couilles?" Yeah, obviously, many times. Right, go.
We're saying no.
I think it's pure bollocks.
Okay, so the final answers.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is that it is total bullshit.
Yay! I thought so. What's this nonsense about being a bear in the goal?
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Rubbish.
Complete bollocks. Complete and utter bollocks. I was up last night until 5 trying to figure out yesterday's video, and I was like, oh, what bullshit can I come up with? I couldn't come up with anything, and I was like, oh, what do I spoke to my brother today, football, blah blah blah, whatever. I did play for the Canterbury Eagles at some point.
They sound desperate.
They were shit, yeah, and so was I. I even lied about my position. I've done goalkeeper before, but I used to be mainly midfield or left wing or left back because I'm left-footed. So I don't know why I lied about being a goalkeeper. I was just, the lie was going in there.
Yeah. Well, let me mark that down with my quill here on this piece of parchment here that I have. So, Paul, you got 0. Amber and me, we both got 1 point each. So, well, Paul, you're doing it digitally.
Yeah.
Internet.
Yeah. I mean, I've won the last couple of lying games, and this one I lost by a long way.
Yeah, you died on your ass.
I died on my ass. So, Luke, well, you're on 3. Amber's on 2. Luke, you're the winner of the lying game.
I got 4, didn't I?
Did you get 4?
Didn't I get 4?
You can't get 4.
Yeah, you can get 4 if it total is the most amount, but you got the first one wrong. So
3,
yeah.
3, yes, 3. It's maths. I'm an English teacher, not a maths teacher. So, okay, I'm the winner.
Paul broke the winning streak. Goosebumps said he stopped laughing, so I knew he was feeling stressed by lying. It's a good point. What other comments? This is great. Congrats, Luke. Linda Wonder Woman says, congrats, Luke. Laura Pignard says, fun game. I loved it. Can you guys do a weekly lying game? This is so entertaining. Hey, we might be able to. That's a lot of lies to come up with, or truths.
You have to listen to. There's about 10 episodes of my podcast where it's just this.
Exactly.
So they could always listen to that.
Yeah, go to Luke's English podcast. When I'll bring it up on the screen afterwards. Sarah Donnelly has texted me, and she said you should have trusted Amber. Oh, you should have trusted your gut with Amber. Sarah Donnelly is a friend of ours who was on the show recently. Yeah.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi. I don't think she's watching anymore. Right. Good. Well, that was fun. I think. I don't know. I enjoyed that, and the technology is going still strong. I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Yeah.
We'll do the Zoom again. All right. Nice one. Well, thanks, Luke. Thanks, Amber, for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
The baby's woken up. I've just seen. Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Look at those eyes. They're amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Nice one. Well, thanks for being a part of the show. And whenever you're free and your babies are being looked after by your other halves, then we'll get back. So what? As I said, babies being looked after other halves. She almost falls and kills herself. So yeah, let me know when you're free and we'll get you back on the show.
Super.
Right, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Luke Thompson,
guys.
Amber Minogue.
Thanks, everybody. See you.
Okay.
Cheers.
How do we end?
Just end it. Just close the screen. Leaving the meeting. There we go. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. The line game with Luke Thompson and Amber Minogue. Hope you enjoyed that. That was fun. Right, before we finish the show, we still need to talk to Rolly Assal, my mate in Quebec, who's on the show every day to teach us some Québécois. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for C'est quoi au Québécois?
Québécois. Tabarnak, calice de merde. Mais qu'est-ce que ça veut dire, ça? Je comprends rien.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Rolly, let's get him on the show. I'm sure he'll have some fun stuff to take the piss out of me. Normally, I'm pretty good at that game. I just didn't have time to prepare the thing. We'll do it again, and you'll see how good I am when I tell. I'm better when I tell a truth and pretend it's a lie. Right, let's get him on. What are you doing? Oh, he's just hung up. What an idiot. I can see he's prepared something ridiculous. He's got a helmet on, a bike helmet on. Ça va?
Hey, je sais pas combien il fait chez vous, là, mais tabarnak! Il fait 8000 degrés ici, man.
Je sais pas combien il fait ici, mais il fait chaud. Moi, j'ai chaud. J'ai toujours chaud. Il fait 26 ici.
Il fait 26?
Hein, 26, ouais. Et chez vous, il fait combien?
Il fait... Regarde, je te l'envoie à photo tout de suite, là. Je t'envoie ça tout de suite. Check
I don't
ça.
care. I don't care.
Regarde.
What's the temperature in Montreal? 24. All right, mate. Calm it down. Why have you got a bike helmet on, you idiot?
Because if it's too hot, if I lose conscience and I fall on the floor, I don't want to knock my head.
Oh, because it's that hot.
Oui, il fait chaud, il fait 35, man.
Il fait pas 35.
Hey, il fait 35 degrés, mais regarde, j'ai envoyé la photo comme preuve.
Ah ouais, it feels... it feels... This is what he sent me just now. Colis fait chaud, tabarnak. Feels like 30... Why does it feel like 34? What's that? I don't understand. Is that because of the humidity?
Feel like with humidity and stuff, like it's actually 33, but you add a few degrees, feels like is what you actually feel outside. Il fait chaud, man.
Why did it say 24 then?
I didn't say 24. C'est quoi? De quoi tu parles?
I reckon you sent me a screenshot from another time.
Mais il fait tellement chaud que je sue de l'arrêt. Suis de l'arrêt.
Oh, is this the expression today?
Oh, God. Parce qu'au Québec, quand il fait chaud, c'est ça qu'on dit.
Ah ouais, non, il fait vraiment 34. Ouais, je sais pas pourquoi. Je crois qu'ils ont trouvé... c'était un autre Montréal. Sué de la... 34 degrés. He's sweating from the crack of his arse. Je sue de l'arrêt. Je sais pas les Français. Si vous dites ça en français, je sais pas si ça, si ça existe.
Oh my
non,
God,
mais ça se comprend,
chaud.
elle dit Adeline.
Ça se dit en France, tu fais de l'arrêt?
Apparemment, ouais.
Ouais, je suis du cul.
Chez moi, on dit ça pègue.
Bah, ça pègue. Hey, je suis tellement de l'arrêt que I googled how to suer less from l'arrêt. I googled it.
How to sweat less? Well, you get your...
How to sweat.
You get naked.
Guess what? I found an answer.
Yeah.
Found it.
Go on.
Fesses transpire en été, que faire? There's a solution.
Go on. What, you're sending me something? Oh, you've sent me... Hold on, let me get it on... Let me get it on the screen instead of putting my phone up onto the...
Vous venez au Québec, vous suez de l'arrêt, il y a une solution. There is a solution to suer de l'arrêt. You can make it stop. One solution is to drink a lot of vodka, and the second solution is here on the screen if you pop it up.
Ouais, je l'ai mis sur l'écran. Fesses qui transpirent en été, que faire? Pourquoi?
Vous voulez pas gâcher vos vacances à cause de vos fesses?
I can't read it, it's too small on the screen, and I can't zoom in.
Une transpiration débordante. Tout d'abord, sachez que votre cas n'est pas isolé. Oh putain, on n'est pas tout seul, hein? Ouais. Pourquoi les fesses? Ben parce que je suis du cul!
Apparently in Mexico City, Christian Benitez says, me sudan los huevos. I've got sweaty bollocks. We say that in English. I've got sweaty bollocks. Yeah, we sweat more from the balls than we do from the arse crack in the UK.
We're seeing the best expressions right now. So, suer de l'arrêt au Québec, suer du cul. J'ai l'arrêt du cul qui fait chute. Des culottes en coton. Ce peg, c'est le sud. Les gens qui vendent la data ont
French lady says, du talc. C'est ça la solution, tu mets du talc.
Ah, man. Woo! Vous, ça va, vous autres? Mais quoi, toi, t'es rouge comme une fraise, puis il fait 24.
Ouais, je suis... En fait, c'est parce que toutes les fenêtres sont fermées. Il fait hyper chaud. Parce que sinon, le bruit de la fenêtre, la fenêtre, elle claque. La petite, elle est en train de chialer. C'est l'enfer chez moi en ce moment. Je dis... Cette idée de faire des lives, man, je sais pas pourquoi je fais ça. Anyway.
Ouais, je trouve ça très drôle. Il y a Patrick qui crie l'arrêt du cul qui fait gouttière. À quel point tu coule, mec. À quel point ton cul, il coule. Ah, ça, c'est drôle. Ah, putain.
Ouais. Donc c'est quoi ta solution en fait? Tu mets ton cul nu sur ta chaise en cuir, comme ça colle bien au cuir.
Non, non, mais tu comprends pas, mec. Je suis tellement de l'arrêt là, que c'est l'enfer, quoi. Oh.
Emily License is asking how are the followers going, Rolly. Should we
Oh, followers. Because you know what? I would be naked, happily naked right now if I get to 200 followers right now. Oh my God. Combien?
200? You mean 2,000? You're not far away. You're at 1,914. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a challenge for Rolly, which is if we get him to 2,000 followers, he's going to do something fun for the channel.
What are you guys doing? Just follow, man. Jesus Christ.
He's
200
at
people watching.
1,914. If you've got an Instagram account and you're not already following him, go follow him at Rolly Asal and share it with your friends. He does some fun stuff on there.
There's some cool stuff. Check ça. Me in Africa. This is where I sweat from my ass a lot. En Afrique. Check ça.
Attends.
Cool
Ouais,
stuff.
attends, je l'avais sur l'écran. Ouais, c'est pas grave. Anyway. Donc yeah, get him on Instagram. For me as well, there was a challenge.
And you,
which is if I get to 60,000, then I'll do something fun for the channel as well. Now the funny thing is I announced that yesterday, and since I was at 59.7, 59.8, and I've now gone down to 59.7. I love it. People unfollowed me because they were like, "No, we don't want you to see something. We don't want you to do something special, Paul. Shut up. Why are you still doing this live, Paul? Go away. We don't want you on social media anymore." Learning Out Wild says,
Bro.
I made an account just to help him with his numbers.
I'm so calm, Jess, because it's so hot. I don't have the energy to do anything, not to yell, not to rant. What? I would rant about what? Je suis de l'arrêt présentement. That's the problem.
Jess
That's
Voisin
the
says,
issue.
Rolly, you're so calm, it's scary. Ouais, parce que normalement, t'es en tabarnak.
Normalement, je suis en tabarnak contre des choses de la vie que je ne comprends pas.
Et là, c'est parce que tu sues de l'arrêt et tu sais pas.
Exactement. C'est ça l'expression de la journée. Suer de l'arrêt, guys. And this is
Attends,
something that we-
j'ai pas vu, mais apparemment, quand tu t'es levé, t'avais tout le cul mouillé. Ils ont dit,
Ah ouais?
when he got up, his pants were soaked. Ah putain, c'est vrai. Ah, t'es dégueulasse. Oh, c'est dégueulasse.
Hey, man, this is-
Adeline, elle a même pas vu la photo, elle est en train de rigoler.
Oh, putain. Lauren,
Donc, en fait,
you're
toi,
such
t'es
a
venu
great-
au live aujourd'hui pour montrer ton cul mouillé. Super, incroyable, bonne ambiance, parfait,
Hey.
super.
People, we're looking for the best moments of the live, and this might be one. Mon cul mouillé, man.
Moi, c'est juste mon visage, j'ai tellement chaud là.
Ouais, ton visage.
Je sais pas si je vais pouvoir continuer ce live en juillet et en août, en juin. Il fait trop. Là, il fait combien? Il fait 24. C'est impossible.
T'as
Ta
pas
gueule,
envie
toi
de...
aussi.
Ah, ta gueule, là. Tu sais, toi, tu suis de l'arrêt, toi, ou pas? On se calme, hein? Mais t'as pas un ventilateur, quelque chose? De la clim. Vous dites comment en France? Nous, ici, on dit de l'air climatisé.
De l'air climatique. Ouais, nous on dit ça aussi, on dit la clim pour court.
De la clim.
Air conditionné, je sais pas si on dit air conditionné. Les Français, do we say l'air conditionné? On dit ça, l'air conditionné? Ok, oui, apparemment on dit ça.
Ah, tu vois, d'ailleurs, je vais être sûr que les gens apprennent quelque chose aujourd'hui autre que suer de l'arrêt. By the way, if you come to Quebec, there's something in our language that could be messy. If you tell a girl or a guy, t'es chaud, it means you're hot. Là, comme, oh putain, ce mec, il est tellement chaud, ça veut dire, he's fucking hot. Hot, chaud, means you're hot. En anglais, c'est chaud.
Ouais, en français,
c'est la
c'est
même
plus.
chose ou pas?
Je dirais que c'est plus. Je suis chaud. Ouais, t'es chaud. Lui, il est chaud. Ça veut pas dire que lui, il est hot de notre point de vue. Ça veut dire que lui, il est chaud de son point de vue à lui. Genre, lui, il est chaud pour baiser, en fait. Tu vois ce que je veux dire? C'est la même chose, mais d'un autre point de vue.
Okay.
Instead of saying he's hot, the equivalent in English would be he's horny. Tu vois, he's horny, c'est horny de son point de vue. He's hot, c'est de ton point de vue. Like she's hot is she's good looking. On dirait pas elle est chaude. Elle est chaude, ça veut dire que c'est elle qui veut baiser en fait.
Right, so Pierre Massé says show equals motivé. Il est motivé, il veut il est moi je suis chaud là, moi je vais la pécho, moi je suis chaud les mecs. Je suis chaud,
mais
là,
t'as aussi mais motivé. Ouais, mais ça peut être motivé dans un sens pas sexuel aussi. Genre si j'invite un Français, si je dis à un pote français, hey, ça dit de faire le happy hour live, lui il va me dire ah ouais chaud.
Ah oui, je suis chaud. Ouais,
ça veut dire que genre, je suis motivé pour le faire. C'est pas forcément un truc sexuel.
Très français. Très français. On l'utilise rarement au Québec, mais des fois, on le prend de la France. Ouais, je suis chaud. Ouais, t'as le goût de faire un petit 5 à 7 ce soir? Ouais, je suis chaud. Ouais, je suis chaud, quoi. Ouais, on le dit des fois.
J'aime bien ton imitation d'un Parisien avec tes mouvements là. Ouais, je suis chaud.
Ouais, je suis chaud. Ouais, je suis chaud avec mon foulard. Ouais, je suis chaud, quoi. Je suis chaud, mais avec le foulard, il fait chaud. Je suis chaud, quoi.
KB and How To says Rolly est chaud de la bite.
This is becoming guys, 2000 followers. Je me mets en speedo et je saute dans le lac dans le
You're
nord
at
du Québec.
1923 right now, so it's good. We're getting there. I reckon
Yes.
we're Wednesday. I reckon by the end of the week, by Friday, we can get it done. Although it's probably the same people watching this every day, so I don't know. They've all followed you already.
Well, I'm telling you, Friday I will be back at my chalet because I'll be filming my series. I told you.
There we go.
So I will be at the chalet on Friday. I will have a speedo dans ma valise. If ever I go above 2000, I will jump in the water en speedo devant tout le monde.
We agreed it wasn't a speedo, Rolly. As Karel P points out, did you order the mankini?
I didn't order it. Amazon says for Amazon Prime members, it will take 5 to 7 days. I will get to 2,000 followers way before 5 days. Right, people?
Everyone unfollow Rolly, and then we'll follow him again once he gets the mankini.
Fine, I'll get the mankini. Jesus Christ. You want me to put a mustache so I look like Borat? I could do that as well.
Yeah, very nice. Hello.
Yeah, very nice. Hello. I will jump with my cock in the water for 2,000 followers.
Right, good. Anything else?
Il fait chaud en tabarnak. Sérieux?
Il fait chaud en tabarnak. Ouais, moi, tu me fais chaud en faisant du show. Hey, Cyril Lignac has started a live thing, the chef. All right, I've got to get off because otherwise people are going to go watch the French chef doing live.
Say it again. Guys, you're amazing. I would love to thank my fans. Thank you so much for everything. Ce suage de raie était fun.
Nice. Well, thanks for getting on the show and telling us how to sweat from our ass cracks. That's what this show's about, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Taylor's Happy Hour is all about learning how to... Jesus.
People needs my advice. Here's my advice. So take it. Ciao, guys.
Nice one. All right, mate. Thanks very much. And I need to send you the recording for the Taylor's tech. So what was the thing? Technology Taylor. There we go. Technology Taylor's back, so we can do the show. As Jan C goes, oh my God, yes, there was no technical issues so far. The show's not finished yet, ladies and gentlemen. It almost is. It's already it's 7:10. All right, nice. Good. The show's getting longer every day, and I'm talking more and more shit every day. I can't believe it. Right. Get out of here, you sweaty, disgusting. You... Go on. He's out. He's gone. Right, ladies and gentlemen. That's almost the end of the show. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, as usual, who've contributed to the show today through the Super Chat. We had French Lady in Red, Ryan the Burger, and Dave X-Ray, as well as we were talking about things during the show. So I didn't bring it up because we were in the middle of our line game story. So, hey, let me know if you'd like the line game. That was fun with Amber and Luke. We'll try and get together again on the show to do some more things like that. All three of us have got children, so it's a little bit complicated with the timings of everything, but we'll try and make it happen. And if you have any ideas of any other guests or other things that you want to see on this show, then let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram. Do whatever you want to do. And it's been a fun episode, and I think there's been no technologically issues, and so it's been great. So thanks very much for being on this live. It went great. I'm happy about it. And I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, for another episode of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it. I don't have anything else. Did I miss anything? I don't have my book. It doesn't matter. That's it. We're finishing the show. It's 1 hour and 11 minutes long. Let's do this. Listen to the podcast after this, once it goes up in a couple of hours, because there's some extra fun content for you on there. And that's it for now. Bisous. Bye.
Thanks for watching Paul Taylor's Happy Hour Live. See you dickhead soon for another episode.